everyone, my name is Alana, and these are my language contact hours for the month of November. But first off, I would just like to say Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. So this month I watched about 4+ hours, or not watched, but did. I watched the show Jane the Virgin on Netflix, and I watched more than an hour of it just because it was for my pure enjoyment. I also listened to some songs on Spotify under the channel Latino Alternativo. I also went to the website digitaldialects.com and I just looked around there for about an hour. And then I also read some health articles on Medline Plus. So to give some background on Jane the Virgin, she is a devout Catholic girl who becomes accidentally inseminated. So you can already see the problems with that. Some new terminology I learned was vulnerable is vulnerable, seguro is safe, confiado is trusting, el sentimiento are feelings, propuesto is proposed, la compatibilidad is compatible, and fingido is mock. So some of the cultural nuances I saw is that religion and faith is very strong. So like I said, she was a pregnant Catholic virgin, which caused a lot of problems. She promised her grandma when she was young that she would be celibate. And so she has been for her entire life. And then she became artificially inseminated, which really was not in her plan. Also, one other cultural nuance I saw was that there's a lot of drama. And so she was previously engaged, but she broke off her engagement because she fell in love with the man whose sperm was inseminated in her. And this man owns a hotel who has been having issues with drug lords, and there's a ton of secrets. And so it's very drama filled. Also, family values are very important. So Jane grew up without a father, but recently he just popped up into her life, and so she spends a lot of time trying to get to know him again. Also, she confides in her grandma and mom a lot about a lot of life issues and about the baby and all the things that are happening to her right now. And also, family in general to her is just very important. So on Spotify, some new terminology I listened to in the songs was vano is vain, matar is to kill oneself, llorar is to cry, ecstasis is ecstasy, and deseo is wish or desire. So some of the cultural nuances I saw in this were that the music lyrics are very dramatic, and you could tell from the vocabulary I learned. A lot of them were talking about their love or family and desires, and it was very interesting to listen to the lyrics. Also, if you guys have ever listened to indie music or alternative, the alternativo sounds very similar to the American alternative music. So it's like the same instruments and the same kind of melodies, which I thought was pretty interesting. So on the digitaldialects.com website, this was really good if you just want to go and like test your knowledge or play some games in Spanish. They had categories, and so I looked under the animal category, and I saw that la mariposa is butterfly, el pato is duck, la rana is frog, el ratón is mouse, el conejo is rabbit, la oveja is sheep, and la serpiente is snake. There weren't many cultural nuances on this website, except for some of the words look very similar to English words. But like I said, this website is really good if you just want to test your knowledge, or if you have family members or friends who are interested in learning Spanish but don't want to take a class like we are in. So it was pretty interesting. I spent quite a bit of time just looking around, playing some games, and learning some new vocab. Also, I went to Medline Plus, which was kind of like WebMD. They had a lot of healthcare topics. So some new terminology I learned was temas de salud is health topics, calcio is calcium, disco dislocado is dislocated disc, garrapatas are ticks, and magulladoras are bruises. So again, there wasn't many cultural nuances just since the website was translated into Spanish, but again, most of the words looked similar to English words, so it helped a lot. So again, I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and I hope you all have a great break, and thanks for listening.